enjoy it. I'm gonna try a combination of different things today. Probably a little bit like a loosening up morning. All right, okay, so let's get started. All right, so I just want you to have your feet together, just nice and relaxed, and start with abdominal breathing with me. So I just need you to breathe in and expand your tummy. And when you breathe out, you should feel your tummy deflate and relaxes. So if you're quite good with your abdominal breathing, I want you to be able to, when you breathe in, when you expand your tummy, if you can also kind of push your pelvic floor towards the floor. And when you breathe out, when your tummy relaxes, you should feel your pelvic floor also kind of come back up again. All right, so just do a few for me. So all of a sudden your tummy is very full. And when you breathe out, it deflates, it relaxes, yeah? And again, breathing in. And breathe out. And again, breathing in. And out. Alright, now I just need you to go into your horse stance or your parallel stance. So your feet should be parallel. Okay, and so if you need to be a bit wider, alright, that's fine. But I quite like it just shoulder width apart for what I'm doing today. But what I need you to do from here is that I need you to soften your knees. Alright, so you don't want to be standing here with your knee locked. Soften them. Not really a squat, just soften your knees. But at the same time, often than not, I see people's knees kind of collapsing together. But I need you to kind of make sure that they are not collapsing together, but they are gently away from each other. All right. I can't see those messages, but good morning if you have just come online. So your knee are not coming together. And then the next thing I need you to do is then, if you can, tilt your tailbone underneath. So what you're doing is you rotate your hip underneath. If you rotate too much, what happens is you tighten up your hip flexors, and I don't want you to do that. So I need you to just release enough, but your tailbone is still tucked, but they become soft in there. All right, when you poke it, it's not like hard, and that's really important because you want your hip to open. And now I need you to sink. All right, I might work on it, I might not. I want you to sink as if you're making the connection, your tailbone going towards your heels. Okay, so your bum shouldn't be sticking out towards the wall, but you should be sinking, so it's kind of go downwards with your tailbone towards your heels. All right, okay, from this position, you need to redistribute that weight so that you can still move your feet. Okay, so I can still sinking, but I can still move my feet, so I redistribute my weight into the rest of my feet. All right, so that it's round the inside of my feet and also on the ball of my foot and my big toe. I kind of press my big toe into the ground as well. And so you can still move. You're not kind of stuck here with your heel. If all your weight is just in your heel, you kind of get stuck in this position. You can't move. I don't want you to do that neither. So your feet should be hollow. And so when you come up with your hands, I need you to feel also, so your hands should be nice and relaxed, your fingers nice and relaxed. You also feel the emptiness or the same kind of hollowness at the bottom of your feet as that's the same in your hands. next thing is, if you're doing abdominal breathing and you're relaxing your shoulders, your chest shouldn't become tight or filled up. Your chest also should be empty or hollow, all right, whichever one that works for you. And then always keep your back, don't shrink your back. So if I push my shoulder back, what happened is I shrunk my back, and you don't want that, because that also make you tense your shoulders and your back. So I want you to kind of bring your shoulder forward. I don't mean this, all right? Your spine needs to be in that neutral spine position. And now your head shouldn't be tilting back. You want to, I've got my ponytail, I always use my ponytail. And I kind of feel that sensation of being lifted from my crown. Okay, so you're sinking, but at the same time, you are lifting at the same time. Okay, so in this position, you're ready to go. Abdominal breathing. Okay, so I'm going to just open form just by opening my hip and sinking. Arms coming up, and then relax again. So nice and simple. I just want you to sink deeper, opening your back, breathing in and breathe out. 2 more of these for me. So I sink. Make sure that I'm expanding my back so I don't shrink my back, and breathe out. And my chest remains empty, as if I'm sucking a mint. I don't know whether it's, I've got a nice cool breeze going through my chest. Alright, okay. How about big circular movement now? So I do go deeper, because I'm trying not to use my shoulders to lift my arm to the top. So by going deeper, I actually don't need to lift my arms as far. And breathe out. And also I'm taking note that when I rotate my arm outwards, I don't shrink my back. Breathing in. So my back remains open. Breathe out. And in. Breathing out. Okay, this would hopefully help you to feel that you're sinking, because I'm lowering, but I'm also going to use my core to reach, to make myself tall, towards as if I can touch the ceiling with my fingers. And breathe out. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to open your spine up as well. So I sink, tailbone connect to my heels. At the same time, I'm using my core. I don't reach with my arms. And breathe out. Let's have one on each side. So I sink and I make myself tall by lengthening my spine. Breathing out. So all the time, these things are relaxed. Yeah, my shoulders are relaxed. And one more last time, breathing in, sinking, reaching up to the top, using my core though, and breathe out. Alright, okay. Lift, not using your arms. Alright, at least you use your hands. So if your arms are not relaxed, your shoulder is engaged, just by slowly dropping those elbows, you should feel your shoulder relax straight away and your arms no longer being held up by your shoulders. You might be able to tell me where about it's holding up your arms. Alright, if you can tell me at the end, you can work it out and tell me. Okay. Now I just want you to practice, remember, using your trunk. Let's isolate our trunk. So you're going to move from your trunk. The deeper you can sink, the more you can relax and open your hip, the further you can rotate with your trunk. So if you're very tight, so I'm going to show you if I tighten my hip. Alright, I'm going to tighten my hip. I look like this. I can't go anymore. That's it. And I probably look very stiff. I don't want you to. And I'm actually tensing my shoulder and my back as well. So I just want you to open. So when you open your hip, it's almost like a little fold, but you don't fold with your back, alright? When I say open your hip and like a little fold in your hip, people bend the back. You can't. It's on the inside. So relax your hip. Don't tighten it. You know when you tighten it. And when I open my hip, I can twist further. My trunk moves much better. And I'm still relaxed. And breathe out. Alright. At least one on each side. Breathe in. Give yourself time. Breathe out. Don't move your arms now. Just go deeper. Sink down deeper. Open your hips. Relax them. Don't tighten them. Breathe out. Let's try the other side. Breathing in, sinking. I'm going to open, relax my hip so I could rotate with my trunk. But all the time, you don't twist with your knees. Your knee all the time remain square up in front, still facing forward, just parallel to my toes. Your knee, it's still lined up, aligned with your second toe, your longest toe, and still facing that way. Okay, so let's do that again. Breathing in, sink. Relax those in your hip flexors. Breathe out. I don't expect you to be able to twist as much as I do. Even if you just twist 5 past the hour, it's a good start. Alright, that will teach you not to twist from your knees. And eventually, hopefully, you can really just relax and open your hip. When you relax and open your hip, you're able to rotate from your trunk much readily and breathe out. Okay. Still just coming up like an opening form. I always ask you to just imagine that your water can run down your arms rather than just dripping, from your arms. I don't mean to shrink them in because you want those boiled eggs underneath your arm. So there should be nice space, because when you do that, what happens is your shoulders is working. And when you do this, you actually relaxes your shoulder. So from this position, I just want you to, if you can, actually, I'm going to do an experiment. Straighten up your arm for me, alright, until you could feel your shoulder. Without moving your hand, so your palm should be facing down. I just want you to now just drop your elbow. Look at your elbow. And what happens to your hand is that it rotates, alright? And that is just how your muscle works. And that's how it pulls the bone that's in your arm. You don't need to turn your wrist. So you now just focus on, just open your palms, breathe in, breathe out for me. Alright, so if you go like this, and just drop your elbow. I don't mean this, I don't want you to squeeze. Drop your elbow, and it rotates half your wrist for you. Extend your arm again, and it should rotate half of your hands for you. I do have to rotate the other bit. Okay, breathe in, relax your elbows, just drop your elbow. Extend your arm without locking your elbow, so it will rotate a little bit for you, and you can carry on rotating the rest and breathe out. So I just want you to breathe in, relax, drop your elbow, breathe out. All the time I want you to sink. Open the back if you can, if you know how to. Sometimes I imagine that I'm pushing my back against the wall. Breathe out. So I'm just slowly extending my arms, but not locking it out. Then I just drop my elbow. I breathe in. Now I'm going to extend my arm. All the time I'm expanding my back, or making my back as round and as big as I can. Breathing in. Just dropping my elbows. Extend my arm. I breathe out. Relax from your stance. Alright. I want you to bend your back. Okay. So again, soften your knees. Sink low. What I want you to do is, I want you to shift your weight into your right leg. So you should have more weight in your right leg, my left. But I want you to pull down with your left foot. If you want to put your hands on your hip to guide you, I just want you to bend your back towards the side that I want you to shift your weight. And then I want you to come back. So there is a little rotation to your trunk. I don't know whether you've done that. So now I'm in my parallel stance again, 50-50 weight distributed. Now I'm going to shift my weight to my right. It's your left. Shift it across. Again, if you want to guide with your hands on your hip, I'm going to bend my back towards the side that I've shifted weight. Breathe in. Rotate a little bit, 50-50 weight distribution. Breathe out. Shift weight. I'm going to bend my back towards the side that I've shifted weight. It's almost like, don't worry about it actually. Don't worry about it. Shift weight. Breathe in. I'm not wanting you to lean, so I am actually asking you to bend your back. Breathe out. So it's different. I'm not asking you to lean. Alright, it's not leaning. I want you to shift your weight. So shift your weight. So 50-50, shift your weight. So you've got more weight. So you sink down. I know. If you feel more your tailbone connected to your right heel. Connect to your right heel. Then bend your back to your right. Back in the middle. Now sink to your left. Make that heel, your tailbone kind of connect to your left heel. Breathe in, bend your back. Breathe out. If you're doing this right, you should feel your leg is working quite hard. Okay, so again, just one on each side. Don't need you to do loads. Don't want to tire you out. So shift the weight to your right. Make the heel dig in more and your tailbone and connect more to your right heel. So you go shift, breathe in, connection, heel, tailbone, bend your back that way and breathe out. Alright, okay. Come back into your resting stance. So your feet are now together. I don't want you to apply any pressure on your knees whatsoever, but I do want you to soften your knees, okay? Soften them. And if you keep your spine in that neutral spine position, alright, I don't want you to hunch, I don't want you to roll, so it's still that neutral spine. I just want you to slowly, no pressure, so you are pivoting on your back, on your waist until your hands reaches your knee. Alright, I don't want you to tense, should be nice and relaxed. So if I wasn't touching my knee, it would just dangle. Alright, but I am going to just gently place it onto my knees. Okay, but I don't want you to change the position of your back. So your spine doesn't change position. I want you to just gently go down to your shin at least. Alright. Hopefully you can feel your hamstring is working. Then slowly ease back up to your knee. Again, your spine shouldn't have changed position at all. We won't do a lot. Breathe in. Hamstring working. Hamstring still working. So don't hunch your back. Keep it in a neutral spine. Relax your spine. Alright, I just want you to come back up because I don't want you to your spine's already not in a neutral spine position. So get that neutral spine position again. Alright, shoulder roll forward, but there's no curve in your spine. Keep it like that and go down. Breathing in. Gradually as you go down, you feel your hamstring working. Breathe out. Just to your knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. So when you come down, that's another thing I want you to watch, that your weight shouldn't be at the front. You still want to sink your heel into the ground, or you won't feel your hamstring working. Just draw back up, breathe out. All the time your back is in that same position. In. Heel down. Breathe out. Okay, come back up and rest. Alright, okay. I need you to empty one of your legs. So sink in, make the connection. So I'm going to lift this leg, alright? So I'm going to make the connection on this side, on my right side. So it should be on your left side. So I want you to sink, feel that tailbone sinking into your left heel. All I want you to do is just lift this leg off the floor. Tiny little bit. Bend your knees, so that as if your heel is going to kick your bum. Straighten up your knee, breathe out. Breathe in as if you're going to kick your bum with your heels. Breathe out, straighten up your knee. So all the time, if you're going to stay in this position, you want to feel that tailbone sinking into your heels. And breathe out. Breathing in, kick your bum, breathe out. Okay, back in. So you're going to swap. This time, again, and make the connection between this tailbone, well, your tailbone, you only got one, with this heel. So it should be your right. It's on my left. So I'm going to make sure I've synced. I'm going to just extend my leg. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. In. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And in. Kick. Extend. Breathe out. Breathing in. So you want to relax, you don't want to tighten. The more you relax, the more you will be able to balance. And relax and breathe out. If you don't mind, go back into your parallel stance. And we're going to close. So when you're 50-50, tailbone under, sinking both into the heels. Redistribute your weight. Just in your beach ball position. Just 4 on each side and we're done. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Breathe out. So remember, should be a gap between your arms, the top of your arms against your body. Breathing in. All the time, keep your chest hollow, empty. Breathe out. Don't close your back. Breathing in, as if you're pushing your back against the wall. And in. Breathe out. And in. Let's close. Breathing in. Breathe out. Let's put our energy back to your dantian, to your lower abdomen. It's just a bunch of muscles there. Breathing in. That connects to your psoas and your hip. 2 more. Breathing in. And breathe out. The last one. Lifting from the crown, at the same time sinking into your heels. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can find your pressure points if you know where they are. I think you remember. So there's one in between your thumb and your finger. So if you close them together just at the top, so you press down on there. The other one, center of your palm. So if you just bend where the line is, run your middle finger down to where the line meets. So the center of your palm, that's the other one. So you just come into your lower dantian, pushing down on your pressure points for about 3 seconds as you breathe out. Okay, there we are. And thank you very much. I hope you enjoy that. If you have any, good morning, John. Good morning. If you Robert, you've made it. Excellent. That's great. Any questions? So I asked you a question before, and I forgot what it was. So I can't even give you the answer because I've forgotten. Thanks, Wendy. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Yeah, I hope you are getting along fine with the online course as well, John. See you next time. If anybody remember what I asked, you can remind me. I actually forgot what I was asking. Oh, right. Okay. Thanks, Wendy. Oh, see you. Oh, yes, please. Oh, yes, please. That would be lovely, Jane. That would be lovely. 10:30. All right. Okay. So, thank you so much. Great session. I'm really pleased that you have enjoyed that, Lois. Thank you. Thank you for coming online again. Right. So, did you find that wasn't magic, was it? The bit about lengthening your arm straight, and then when you just so that my top of my hand's facing up. So I'm actually just going to push my elbow down. Oh, and then because my elbow relaxes, it actually turns my hand over. And I hope that's what I was trying to get you to do just now. But I didn't obviously lock them out. It's more obvious when you lock them out in how your wrist turn. Just you dropping your elbows. Okay, so you don't have to actually physically turn your wrist. All right. Okay. Yes, please, Alison, that would be lovely.
So nobody remember what I've asked. Okay, never mind. And I know I don't want to keep you anymore. And thank you so much. And I really enjoyed that myself. And I shall see you next next Wednesday, Active Newcastle, 11 a.m. Right. Have a very good week and God bless and see you next time. Thank you.